Hey everybody, welcome to Hammer Bros Gaming. I am Blades of God, and today we're going to be bringing you through the clock on Master Difficulty in Gears 5. As always, I am playing with Pyro and Mr. Beardsley, and for the classes we're going to be bringing in, I myself am going to be running Infiltrator, Mr. Beardsley is going to be running the Anchor, and Pyro is going to be running Nomad. These classes, you can run a lot of different classes in this map. The reasons we brought these classes is that you get a Nasher right at the beginning of the map, so the Infiltrator gets its good shotgun bleed, the Nomad has a sphere ability, and the Anchor is always reliable with that Boltok bleed damage. You could see the build that I'm running for skills at the very beginning of the video. I showed the skill cards that I'm running, but I'm mostly focusing on stim and shotgun bleed. So talking about the modifiers for this map, the clock on Master Difficulty, we have faster venom, more health, more lethal ghost enemies, so enemies will cloak when they're within 10 meters of you, ultra stopping power, so enemy bullets have extra stopping power, ammo starvation, so less ammo is given in pickups, and of course Iron Man. Now normally people like to speed run this map, and we are actually going to show you the speed run strategy for the first half of the map, but the second half we are going to show how to fight through, because there's a lot of different enemy variations that you can get, or I shouldn't say a lot, there's a few different enemy variations that you can get in the second half, and instead of just trying to speed run it, we're going to show you some tactics that we use to get through the second half fairly reliably. So right off the bat, as soon as you come out of the spawn room, you're going to take a left and go over and hit this ammo room. Another reason that we ran the Nomad besides the fear ability is that you do get a Marxa right at the beginning, and the Nomad is very Marxa centric. A lot of the skill cards that it has allows the Marxa to do more damage, so that's why we're running the Nomad as well. You can see as the Infiltrator, I have my Nasher now. So load up on ammo. You are going to probably have some Juvies right here. You can get two different spawns, either Juvies and Rejects, or you can get Scion and Grenadiers. Obviously, the Rejects and the Juvies are what they call the speed run group, and you can just run by most of them, as we're going to show here. And if you get the other set, you can just reset the game, go back to lobby, and reload. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to get through here. Basically, you're just going to keep running, follow this path, or it might need to vary a little bit from the path that I'm running. But by and large, that's the path you're going to take. Just run past that first group of rejects. We end up with the Grenadier here, which is probably the most annoying part of this first act. Pyro ended up getting downed because he was waiting for me to clean up that Grenadier, but not a big deal. We got him back on his feet, and now we're continuing to the safe room. We're going to run down this little ramp. We're going to hang a right, avoid that Scion with the salvo, and it is always a salvo Scion there, at least in every one of the playthroughs that I've done. So you're going to keep running, and right up here into the safe room, close the door, and if you're fast enough, you can actually even get in here before the Venom Bomb goes off. So we're going to go ahead and skip the safe room there, because there's a couple of ammo pouches and a couple flash grenades, so whoever needs ammo can pick that up. And now we're going to show you what we do to get through the second half. Right at the beginning of the second half of the map, you're just got a hallway that you need to go down until you come to this sort of square. If you look at the mini-map, it kind of looks like a little square area. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit right on that door and kind of lure the enemies towards us, and then sneak around to the right. And we're going to sneak around to the right and sort of take the enemies on one at a time. Instead of just charging in by luring them forward through that doorway, we split their focus so there's not as much fire on us, and you can see that with that shotgun bleed and that Nasher damage increase, these enemies really do not stand much of a chance. So go through, clean up all these enemies. You could, of course, just run by them if you wanted to, but again, we wanted to show you guys how we like to clean these guys up, so we can try to gather up some ammo and hit the ammo room that's right next to this area. So unfortunately, we had, I think it was Pyro who got downed again. Oh, nope, that was Beardsley who got downed again. But at this point, all the enemies are cleaned up. It was that simple. Beardsley was working that Boltok bleed with headshots, and Pyro was doing his best with his Marxa. And we're just going to hit this ammo room. There is quite a bit in the way of ammo pickups and grenades in here. So make sure everybody grabs something for the door hold, because we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the map already. So once everyone is loaded up on all the ammo in here, like I said, if you don't have any grenades, grab one of those explosive pouches, because that will at least give you a flash grenade. You're going to go back out, you're going to backtrack a little bit, and you can see the Venom is already right behind us. So you do got to keep a good pace if you're going with the combat route rather than the speed run route. I found a shock grenade here, and I was hoping someone was going to come back to grab it. And Beardsley does come back, so now everybody has grenades on them, which is excellent for the end. And now we're going to continue forward. So you're going to come to this big kind of open room, and there's two paths you can take. Either this first left-hand path, or you can go further down. I normally find this first left-hand path to be the easiest path to get through. And again, we're not going to just speed run this. If you were going to speed run it, stick to this left wall, go all the way, like just basically hug that left wall all the way to the helipad. But that's not what we're doing here. We're going to take our time and clean up as many of these enemies as we can. So I'm going to sit right on this cover because there's not a lot of enemies who have an angle on me there. And Pyro activated his fear right here just to give us a little bit of breathing room, kind of get the enemies to go in the opposite direction so we could push forward, just because that venom was starting to get a little bit close. There are a few scions here, so make sure you take care of them because they can mess up your run. And again, I did not see that that elite drone coming over the cover and ended up getting vault kicked, but not a big deal. Shotgun cleaned them up pretty quickly. Scout up the ammo that you can as you're going, and you can see, unfortunately, my allies got taken down here, but thankfully with that invisibility I was able to get over here, and unfortunately Beardsley did get executed by the Scion, but I was able to get Pyro back on his feet, and here we go. Pretty much all the enemies at this point are cleaned up again. There's a couple of rifle drones back here, but you very easily could just advance right to the helipad at this point. I am going to go through and take these guys out just because we decided we wanted to show a combat run for the second half. And here we go. There's one of them. There's one more back behind that piece of cover. Going to close on him using my stim and my shotgun. Unfortunately, I underestimated how far I had to go to get to him. So I ended up getting downed again, but it's alright. Pyro comes up. He's going to get me on my feet again. And we are going to... He cleaned up that last drone, I believe. So, oh no, there he is. So we clean up that last drone, and then we're going to head towards the helipad. You can see the deadly venom is right behind us at this point, so we really do have to push forward. There's no additional ammo rooms or anything like that, so you need to pretty much take whatever you could find for pickups from the enemies that you've killed. And one thing we could have done that we didn't do was right to the right of where we are now. That is the spawn room for most of the enemies that flood the helipad hold. We could have set some grenades in there to buy ourselves some more time, and this helipad hold does not go super clean because I don't have a lot of ammo. We're down a person, and Pyro's Nomad class is not exactly very well leveled, but we'll show you a trick to deal with that as well. So Pyro's using that boom shot to try to take out the juvies and the smaller enemies. I used the flash grenade to just slow down the enemies that were advancing. Pyro got down by a juvie, so we got him back up. And you're going to see that we get quite a few of these rejects that spawn, that get out here. But Pyro activates his fear because his fear ability increases the damage that enemies receive. And you can see there's a nice chain reaction going on as those rejects explode. They actually took each other out, most of them, almost all of them. And at that point, all we had was one juvie and 2 rejects left, so we used our pistols to clean them up. And that's it, guys. That is the clock using a combat route in the second half. I hope you found this guide helpful. Be sure to stick around as we're going to have more guides coming up. But until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. You can also check us out on Twitch at Hammer Bros Gaming. I am Blades of God, and until next time, have a great day, everyone.